Good afternoon. Welcome to Saving Souls. I'm with Rich Natoli to my left. He's the creator and the writer of Faith Wins, the motion picture, a fabulous faith-based movie called Faith Wins, for sale everywhere, even at Walmart. And on my right is James J. Verderosa, Jimmy Verderosa, the screenwriter for the Old Timers Day movie based on the book by Richard Lopresto. That would be me, called Old Timers Day. And the title of our podcast is Saving Souls. So we're hoping that we can get the good word out to you wherever you're watching from, wherever you're listening from. God bless you and thank you for tuning in to us. And we're going to start off with a prayer. We're going to say the Our Father. So I'm going to bless myself. I'm still old school. Sometimes I close my eyes, especially when I pray. So please don't worry about that I'm sleeping. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. That's the old school version of the Our Father. Some of the pastors and things have added stuff to it, but that's the way I learned it when I was growing up. So
did they add stuff to it?
Yeah, there's yours is the power and the kingdom and the glory. They added some stuff to it on some of the churches that I've been to or watched on television. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, So Old Timers Day. Tell the folks what's going to go on Saturday.
Oh man, it's a really huge event. It's called the Old Timers Day Casting and Prayer Tour. It's the first stop in the prayer tour, the Storm the Barn prayer tour across the United States of America, our great nation. Speaking of that, we're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance in just a few seconds. But we're having a casting call here in Las Vegas, the first one. And it's going to be held at Faith Lutheran High School in the Auxiliary Gymnasium, beginning at 11 a.m. on Saturday and going till 5 p.m. And we hope you come down and try out for the roles. We're going to be casting over 100 Major League Baseball players, announcers, managers, coaches. We're doing lookalikes for celebrities in the crowd. So if you look like John Dillinger or Al Capone or Titanic Thompson, you young people will have to look up Titanic Thompson. It's an amazing guy and an amazing story. And we've got Arnold Rothstein in the crowd. And guess who he's sitting next to? It's Satan himself. So it's a really fun movie to make. It's going to be a fun movie to make. It's going to be a fun casting tour. We're also hopefully bilingual actors, Spanish-speaking actors will come out. We need singers as well and people in the crowd as well to sit behind God's dugout, because I don't think anybody wants to sit behind Satan's dugout.
Well, they don't know which dugout is which.
Yeah, that's true, but still, they don't want to sit
I think Satan's would be the dugout that the heat is coming off of, basically. I'm right behind this dugout. It's getting warm here.
It's getting warm. There's a big manhole you can go down in over there. Are we in the right place?
Follow the guy with the horns.
Actually, he doesn't look like Satan either.
Follow the red brick road. Follow the red brick road.
Jim, you got anything you want to say?
No, I thought we were going to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
We're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Come on, we're going to stand up. We're really going old school today.
Where's our flag? Over here?
Something that needs to be done. We need to get back to our Constitution.
This is a flag, yes, sir. This is a flag.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And it's Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and both of yours. Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shouldn't every school keep doing that? We used to
think
do that
so.
every morning in grade school. And when did they stop doing that?
I don't know, but in 1965...
That's horrible that they stopped doing that. It really is.
When I first went to kindergarten, we said it every single day, and I had never said it prior to that. I had heard of it, but I had never said it. But at 5 years old, I said it for the first time.
Yeah, but we used to do it every morning in grade school. Do you do too, right?
Even middle school.
Yeah, middle school, yeah. And somewhere along the line,
I think they still played it in high schools before the day started.
Right.
But I don't think you actually had to say it. You stood up and,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. It was more,
Now I noticed a lot of people want to take out Under God out of it. And
that's, who are these people?
that's pretty sad. Red Skelton, if anybody wants to look it up on social media, on YouTube actually, Red Skelton, the great Red Skelton, did a wonderful soliloquy about why Under God should always remain in the Pledge
You
of
know,
Allegiance.
my co-writer on the movie Faith Wins, John Pate, used to open for Red Skelton, and they were very good friends. And Red Skelton gave him several etchings. He used to draw. Red
didn't know
Skelton,
that.
yes, and he gave him on the plane and everything. He drew some stuff, gave it to John Pate. In fact, John had like 6 or 7 of them. Sold one to Pawn Stars on Pawn Stars, one of the episodes.
Wow, how
And,
interesting is that?
Yeah, but Red Skelton used to draw and stuff. Yeah.
What a talent. He used to do
Yeah.
Freddy the Freeloader
Yeah.
and different things. He was amazing. What an amazing talent and an amazing American as well. I want to say a few things about, speaking of music, Rich's movie has an original song in it, Faith Wins.
Faith Wins, yeah.
And it's performed by who, Rich?
It's performed by Jenny Tolman. It was co-written by Jenny Tolman and John Pate. And Jenny is now one of the finalists on the show called The Road with Keith Urban. And it's on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. on CBS.
I hope
Called
she
The
can
Road.
come out
And Jenny's great talent. She's a great talent. Great singer, songwriter, plays the guitar. She's got everything.
I hope she can come out Saturday if she's in town.
Well, she's not, yeah,
Sounds
she's
like
in.
She may be working somewhere.
She's working that show. You know, they're on
she-
they're on the
yeah.
road with that show right now.
Are they really?
Yeah, I think they were
wow.
in. Last I heard, they were in Oklahoma. They did
wow.
Texas,
That's
Oklahoma,
really
and then,
cool.
yeah.
It's really, really cool.
So she should win the whole thing. She's the best one on there. So
I want to mention to everybody too, before I forget, that Jimmy Verderosa, my best friend here right next to me on the right, wrote a brilliant screenplay for the movie, and it's won 8 awards and counting. And we've been invited to come to Nashville. I think it's Nashville or the Black Hills of
Knoxville.
Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee, to be at the awards ceremony in April, Jimmy.
Yeah, April of this
so we're really-
2026.
So we're really excited about that. 8 awards and counting, and we still have other places we're going to submit to
yeah.
as well. So I'm very, very grateful to have you put so much time into it, Jimmy. Grateful to God for
as
you.
as the rewrites continued, the awards got better. So there was so much that came to me while I was sleeping, that what should be changed, what should be this, and it really helped out, and it all came from the Lord.
Amen. I'm so grateful, guys, that watching this, listening. I'm so grateful to God that we have this opportunity to sit here and bring glory and bring you all the credit for everything that we do, because Rich's project, Faith Wins, was spoken to him in a dream. Mine was spoken to me while I sat in Central Christian Church in Henderson, Nevada on my second visit, for those of you who don't know the story. And every week I'd go and he'd give me more of the story. And then he started giving me information every day to write down and put into notes. And I had, because back then I didn't even have a computer, I was just handwriting all my notes in 2010. And so I'm just so grateful that we have the opportunity to bring God the glory for these projects, as well as the traveling prayer tour. I want to say that we're looking for sponsors for the prayer tour of any kind. If you'd like to put your name on the vehicles in the documentary is going to be produced by the footage on the prayer tour. And Big F Productions out of Florida is going to sell it to at least 2 platforms. So we're looking forward to getting out on the road. This Saturday is going to be the kickoff stop for this wonderful tour that I don't know if I've ever seen or heard of anything like this. It's going to be quite unique as we go city to city, and we tell young people especially about the Lord, and we cast lookalikes and actors for this motion picture. The prayer tour, incidentally, for anybody that's watching, we've had 4 offers on the screen rights already. 2 of them have been quite substantial. Amazon's was a joke. It was $250,000. And incidentally, about Amazon, anyway, I'm not going to say anything bad about what they've done with my books there, but I'm not going to mention that on the air. That'll be said illegally down the road somewhere. But the prayer tour is going to be quite a unique experience, and we're looking forward to pre-selling the movie while we're out there and selling our merchandise. We've got the beautiful book, Old Timers Day. These are brochures about the prayer tour. And we had specially made baseballs for the motion picture. All these things will be on sale on Saturday. The baseballs actually came out way better than I thought. This is the headliner, so you can see what it looks like. That's the headliner with God and Satan and Ebbets Field and a scoreboard on it and cross baseball bats. And then during the pandemic, I didn't have anything really to do, so I decided to produce another baseball because I wasn't able to order the old kind anymore. So I produced these baseballs that talk about unity, because that's what it's about. There are two boys are holding the cross baseball bats in the Sin City Angels uniforms. And I actually have a lot of these. I forgot I had them. I probably have about 100 of these collector balls as well that I'll have for sale out there. Actually, not for sale. It'll be for donations. And so we have the baseballs to sell this Saturday. Jimmy's produced wonderful jerseys, T-shirts, hats, patches. So there'll be a lot of souvenirs you can grab. And we'll take your photo. Everybody's going to sign a theatrical release who wants to be in the motion picture, and we're going to photo you, and then we're going to notify you later if you've been chosen to be in the movie. There's over 50 speaking roles, and there's 100 baseball lookalikes, announcers, managers, broadcasters, just everything under the sun. Singers, we need singers. Spanish speaking is more than welcome. Bilingual auditions, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, we're hoping to get a good turnout there. You got some of the roles. Tell them about some of the roles, what they are. Like you got the role of the grown-up devil. So we got the grown-up Satan. We got the grown-up God. We've got the child Satan and the child God, right?
Absolutely.
And then what other? We got some sportscasters. We've got. Tell them the other ones.
Well, I'm going to tell you about the two most important roles. Actually, there's more than two important roles, but you have the story opens and closes with the great Roberto Clemente, who was my idol growing up, and that's who God actually told me to make the hero of the story. So you have Roberto Clemente opening it and closing it. And then the two little boys who meet on the pitcher's mound as God and Satan, both in the book and in the motion picture, they're going to be aged, they're going to look like they're 10 to 12 years old. But I'll be honest, these two roles are extremely difficult to play. We really need two actors, children, or young, really young men to really nail these roles, because that's going to set the tone for the entire movie experience. Is going to be what those two boys dressed as God and Satan on the pitcher's mound, and they have a very contentious conversation both in the book and the movie. And that's going to be, it's really funny, too. There's a lot of humor in it. And there's a lot of sadness as well, just that Satan is mocking God so much about certain things, which I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but that conversation is the most important. So if you're young people out there, Little League players who want to try out for these roles, we'd be so grateful to have you come and try out for these roles as we start in Las Vegas and travel the entire country, stopping at Cooperstown in New York and the Negro Leagues Hall of Fame Museum in Kansas City, Missouri. We'll be stopping there. And, of course, there'll be other stops along the way. So opportunities, no matter where you're listening or watching from. We have a lot of listeners down in Central America who watch this that are big Clemente fans, which I didn't even know about. Places like Costa Rica, Nicaragua. Nicaragua, incidentally, is where Roberto Clemente was flying on New Year's Eve to bring aid down there after the earthquake, because everything was getting stolen. So he decided to fly down. He not only bought all the things for the people that were affected, but he also got on the plane himself, and the plane went down right off the coast of Puerto Rico. Very, very sad. Muy triste. Very, very sad, guys. But that's some information about the roles we're casting. We need singers as well. Singers are always welcome as well, both bilingual. So.
And what will the singers be singing? Like what song?
They'll be singing worship songs and prayer songs and other songs, because we may add more songs. Incidentally, the soundtrack that Jimmy has put together is iconic. It's filled with iconic songs, and we even have original songs that have been, one of them I actually own. I wrote it with the great Jerry Schaefer. He and I collaborated on the title theme to the motion picture called Old Timers Day. So we'd like to hear different people sing that. And there'll be opportunities to perform on the prayer tour as well, because we're going to be playing Christian music. Jimmy also designed a brilliant soundtrack for the prayer tour as well. So on Saturday, we'll be playing that through my laptop, hopefully, if we can figure out how to do that. So it's going to be an exciting day on Saturday. It'll be fun. It'll be exciting. There'll be things for sale. You'll be meeting other people that want to be in faith-based motion pictures. I have to mention at this point, too, about SOS Radio here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And they're not a sponsor for this. I just want to shout out to them because they are such wonderful, wonderful people at SOS Radio here in Las Vegas on FM. Just they have a great website, too. I urge you to keep them in business. They don't do any commercials. They don't accept any money from sponsors or anything. It's completely funded by donations from listeners. So, and they obviously, if they're running a radio station, they always need money there. So I urge you to just listen to it because it is just a fabulous radio station I've been listening to for 15 years. I want to give them this plug because they made a big difference in my life. And I know they've made a difference in thousands of people here in Southern Nevada. They're also heard down in Utah, I believe Idaho as well. And I just want to give them a really, really nice mention for no other reason than to say God bless them for what they're doing to try to help hurting people with their music, you know. So
now on Saturday, let's say I'm there and I get hungry. Will there be any food there at all? Or there might be a slice of pizza.
There might be, but the only thing is if I get to the pizza first, there's not going to be any left. But anyway, so we'll say no. But we'll have soft drinks there, Coca-Colas and.
So this is going to be in the gymnasium, right?
Yes, in the auxiliary gymnasium is what they're telling me.
So that's.
And what I found out is you're not allowed to eat in the gymnasium, so.
Okay.
There might not be any food there.
Okay, there you go.
Well, the gymnasium's a good size, and they're going to have the bleacher
pulled
seats.
out.
Pulled out, yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring some tables and chairs as well.
Yeah,
So
have
that's
a whole
gonna be,
setup.
So that's going to be a good thing. Also, too, I want to shout out to guidingvoice.org. Guidingvoice.org. We're going to have a complete film crew that they're just letting us do it. And just an amazing organization to do that for us, because I certainly don't have the money to have an entire film crew in there. So we're going to have a complete film crew in there that's going to document this whole thing. I was able to get a great photographer named Troy Saldana, who actually photographs the Golden Knights and Bishop Gorman and other high schools here in the Valley. And he's going to be there to take stills of all the people that like to be in the movie, so we have your pictures. So if you think you look like Satan or Babe Ruth or Roberto Clemente or Ty Cobb, come on down and we'll get you in a movie, and it'll be the movie. I have to tell you, the movie's going to be spectacular. Just everything about it we've done. We've all gotten guidance from the Lord. It's important to understand this project is not about us. It's not about Richard Lopresto or Jimmy or anybody else. This project is about the Lord, and we have to constantly follow his leading and his guiding, which is why I've turned down the 4 offers for the screen rights. I've not accepted any money to do any of this. I've done it all with the help of the Lord and the finances that I'm able to have to make all these things happen, the book and the baseballs and the brochures and all that. But if you do want to be a part of it, now's the ideal time to make a donation. And I'm not asking for money. I'm just telling you, just like they did Sound of Freedom, we are going to be accepting donations to try to get this movie to another level, try to get it to a different level. And we're going to follow God's leading in that 100%. But big shout out to guidingvoice.org, Podcast Excellence Academy. They're also bringing their film crew. Mr. Jimmy Bingham, there's Jason DeRose, and there's Kobe Dumas. All these people have been just made a difference in my life by showing how unselfish they are to come in and help us film this thing for the documentary. We are just so grateful to them, and God bless them.
Let's talk about what the prayer tour is about. It's about unifying our country, okay? People on the fence that are unsure, where they want to take their lives and stuff like that, and they really need to give Jesus Christ and God a chance, okay? You could look at hundreds of people across the country that are being baptized at the universities now, and they're being, turning the right cheek, is sort of say. And that's what we want to do on this prayer tour. We want to unify our country because nobody's going to save us except ourselves, okay? We got to get back to the laws of our country, and we've got to start following the Constitution again and holding people that are supposed to be representing us accountable.
Absolutely. Okay? I'm all for that. I love accountability.
We've gotten away from that, and the horrors that have creeped into our society comes out in the writings of Old Timers Day. Not so much the book, but the screenplay.
So how'd you come up with the title Old Timers Day?
Actually, what's funny is I had probably written down notes for maybe a month, and I kept thinking to myself, I thought after I had all these notes, I'm thinking, I'm praying about it, and I'm like, God, what's going to, what am I going to call this? And I just had a feeling right down in here. I had never thought of calling it Old Timers Day, and he gave me the title to it, just like he gave you Faith Wins to the title of your motion picture. And, it's like when he commissions you to do something and it belongs to him, the Lord, he doesn't really withhold anything. He does do things on his own timeline, which obviously isn't our timeline, but when you ask him stuff in just a humble manner and say, Father, what am I going to call this? He gave me Old Timers Day. Interestingly enough, is that I used to go to Old Timers Day as a child growing up in Brooklyn. Once a year, they'd have all the old players that were retired come in and play, and which is now becoming less frequent because these guys are getting injured now, So it's sad to see, like Mariano, the great Mariano Rivera, incidentally. We need a lookalike for him in the movie, arguably the greatest relief pitcher of all time. He's going to come in, and we're going to tell you that he is pitching for God's team, in case you had any doubt. But to see what happens to him in the at-bat, interestingly, too, not only the title, but the game that's in that book, the game that's in the book and also recreated in the motion picture. I have to tell you, I couldn't have thought of any of that stuff. If you're a baseball fan, or even if you're not, the game is the greatest baseball game ever played. And there's people on God's team that you wouldn't expect to be on God's team. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give you guys any spoilers. But all of us played baseball, and we love baseball. And the game that's in there is supernatural. Let's put it that way. And I'm just grateful we were able to recreate it. It took me 7 years to write the book because of just how my mind is. It took a long time, and I was busy. I finished it in a wheelchair. I was hurt really, really bad, and that's when I finished it. And now, thanks to Jesus Christ, I can walk and train and go to the gym. I don't need a wheelchair walker or cane after 19 months of physical therapy. So I give Jesus Christ all the glory for that, and my deepest gratitude to the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit for getting me out of a wheelchair. So only He could have done that. I couldn't have done it without Him. So that's how the title came. That's how the title. So if you look like Mariano Rivera and you want to throw a few pitches, and for God's team, come on down. We'd love to have you participate. We have reached out to Mariano Rivera's agent to see if he'd like to come to the prayer tour. I don't think he's going to come, but I would like him to give us the permission to use his image and likeness in the movie. Incidentally, he had Philippians 4:13 on his baseball mitt. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. He's a great American and a great guy that he learned how to play baseball with a glove made out of cardboard. For those of you who just want to know something interesting about the great Mariano Rivera.
Wow.
Jimmy?
Tell us about where do you hope to film the movie?
Well, I don't think we can afford to do it in Hollywood or California, or nor do we actually want to. We're probably going to film it in Puerto Rico or Georgia because of the money that's given you back out of your, film budget. Puerto Rico would be great just because the whole island would become a part of it, because obviously that's where Roberto Clemente was Puerto Rican, and that's where his plane crashed. And they have a beautiful Estadio de Roberto Clemente there that's named after the great Roberto Clemente. They named their stadium after him. And it's my hope and our hope that I get to speak to Roberto Clemente Jr. I would love him to bless this project, and we'd like to reach out to him, and we'll do that when the time's right for the motion picture. We'd love to have him there when we, sign him to be in the motion picture himself. That would be a dream, huh? That'd be a dream to have that. So, Jimmy, anything you want to talk about or say?
Some of the lookalikes would be who now?
The lookalikes, Ty Cobb. You've got Pete Rose.
You got a Pete Rose lookalike.
Yeah, Pete Rose. You've got who I actually met. We've all probably met Pete here in Las Vegas at different times. We also have players like Mickey Mantle and Tom Seaver. We would love Greg Maddux to play himself and Clayton Kershaw. Just wonderful people they are, both of them. I've gotten to meet them both. Just very grateful to God to have met them. Paul Goldschmidt. And they'll never remember me, but it's still nice that I felt I got to shake their hands and meet them. So that was kind of a fun experience for me.
Yeah, you got Lou Gehrig at first. You got Jackie Robinson at second, Jeter at short, Mike Schmidt at third, Yogi Berra behind the plate. Nolan Ryan is the starting pitcher for one team.
That's the dream
In left,
team.
you got Ted Williams. In center, you got Willie Mays. And in right, you got Babe Ruth.
Wow.
That's quite a bad.
So Babe Ruth was a pitcher, and then he played right field too, like he did those two.
And I'm going to give you a little spoiler alert. You might see Ruth come in and pitch. You might. I'm not saying you are, but it could happen because the screenplay does differ a little bit from the book in certain areas. You might even get to see the great Shohei Ohtani if we can get him to just do a cameo for the movie. He has a great scene where he's talking to Babe Ruth while they're doing the introductions and stuff that we wanted to put in there, because just to have those two. And I have to tell you about another player. There's another player named Mo Berg who played for the New York Yankees, but he was also a spy for the CIA. The forerunner to the CIA, which was the OSS, which my father, Benedetto, was in the OSS during World War II. I don't know if he met Mo or not. But Mo Berg's baseball card is the only card that's shown on the wall in CIA headquarters in Washington.
Oh, wow.
His baseball card it's the only baseball card that they have there. So I think that'll tell you what a great American he was. Incidentally, I've got to go into this with you guys now that we brought up Mo Berg.
He went to Princeton University.
Yes, he did. He was a Princeton Tiger. Yes, he did. He went to Princeton.
New Jersey.
And he did something interesting. Before he was enlisted by the OSS, officially gone into the Army, he went to Japan while playing on the Yankees barnstorming tour with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. And on his time off, he took a video camera on top of the hotel and photographed all of Tokyo Harbor.
Wow.
And that was used by the OSS to do the pinpoint bombing that they did on Tokyo in 30 seconds over Tokyo. So he actually gave that footage to Bill Donovan, who my dad knew, who was the head of the OSS, and he actually presented it to him. And Donovan asked him, "What made you do this?" He goes, "I just thought you guys should have it." That was years before they ever bombed Tokyo. So you talk about a great American. And by the way, he was a diehard Mets fan. Moberg was a diehard Mets fan.
Known as the smartest man to ever lace a pair of cleats.
That's right. Man, what a guy.
Wow.
He had to, I don't know if you know the story, he had to determine if that German scientist, it wasn't Werner von Braun, I think it was Linus Pauling, I can't remember. He had to determine by attending his lectures if they had the ability to make the atom bomb, he had to assassinate the guy giving the lecture.
Whoa.
And he had a cyanide capsule, and he decided that they didn't have enough to make the atom bomb on their own, so he let the guy he let the guy get away. But it's an interesting story. I urge you to read about the great Moberg, a great American, a good baseball player, not a great player by any means, but he had a higher calling, let's say. He's in the motion picture as a player coach.
Wow.
And he's in the book as well, the great Moberg.
I'll tell you, Babe Ruth, I was doing a tour in Arizona of all the different retirement village theaters, right? So I would go out to the driving. They all had a driving range. You could hit balls, right? Wow. So I was killing time hitting balls, and this old guy next to me started talking to him. Turned out his father was Babe Ruth's roommate.
Wow.
Yes.
Holy mackerel.
And because his father was on the same team.
Yeah.
And they were roommates and stuff. He was telling me all these stories about Babe Ruth,
Wow.
He had a heavy personal life, boy, Babe Ruth, from what this guy was telling me.
Let's say he was busy. We'll see.
He was busy. He was real busy.
He was busy when he wasn't playing baseball, man.
12 hot dogs was his
Is that what it was? Wow.
his usual eating
Was it? 12
on
hot
the
dogs?
trains from
Gosh.
town to town.
Well, like Tommy Lasorda would say, he was hitting home runs. Leave him alone. Let him eat 12 hot dogs. He's hitting home runs.
Let him eat those dogs. Interestingly enough, we'd love to have Nathan's be a sponsor, Nathan Dogs, where I grew up in Brooklyn. We used to go there all the time out to Coney Island. We'd love Nathan's Hot Dogs to be a sponsor for the prayer tour and the motion picture. Here's what we're offering to sponsors for your business. We're offering you verbal and visual identification throughout the whole 10 City Plus prayer tour. Interviews with key executives if you want to be interviewed for the documentary and the prayer tour. We're also offering spots on the outfield wall at Ebbets Field. The game is played in the Ghost of Ebbets Field, also in Brooklyn, New York, probably one of the most iconic baseball stadiums around. The Dodgers played there with Jackie when they won it in '55, famous World Series. So we have verbal and visual identification. If you guys are serious, we'll even have one of the announcers say, brought to you by, this third inning is brought to you by Nathan's Hot Dogs in famous Coney Island. So we can offer spots like that in the documentary and the movie.
It's brought to you by Nathan's Hot Dogs.
That's right.
Right here in Coney Island.
Amen. That's right. And also we can put your names on the vehicles as we travel the country. So you could have the Storm the Barn USA Baseball Prayer Tour brought to you by Verizon Wireless or Patriot Wireless, Patriot Mobile, places like that who want to be a part of this thing, or beef jerky, someone's beef jerky, things of that nature. So that's also out there, and we haven't really asked any sponsors yet, but now we're throwing out the gauntlet or whatever. We're gonna throw it down and let you guys, if you want to reach us, call us, email us. I get emails from all over the world from people who've read the book, and they don't know a thing about baseball, but they do love the ending of the story. I'm not going to tell you what it is, and Jimmy wrote a brilliant screenplay. We're not going to tell you what that ending is, even if it's different. We are not going to spoil it for you guys.
I think you should mention South Point and Michael Gahn, because there's a scene in the movie, and we wouldn't have met if we both didn't work at South Point
back in the day.
So there's a lot of connection there from the Almighty that
You're not kidding.
put it together that way.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Michael Gahn, when I was in the wheelchair for 17 months and the walker and the cane, as busy as he must be, he called me up twice. At home, whenever I was in rehab or whatever I was doing, he actually took the time to call me up twice. And I was a regular floor man at the South Point. I mean, nothing special. And just that really touched my heart that he took the time to call me twice. I worked for him for many years over there. Incidentally, South Point has the best gourmet room, I think, in the world. I've eaten in places all over the world. And Michael Gaughan's South Point, his restaurant, Michael's, is one of the best in the world. He offers great restaurants and food and drinks, and just a wonderful family they are. And I got to know a lot of them while I worked there, and so did Jimmy. And we're just so grateful that we had the opportunity to work for Michael. It was just a blessing to be there. I think I was over 10 years.
Did
I
you
can't
deal
even
there?
remember.
You were dealing
I
there?
dealt, because here's what happened. When I got injured, I was a floorman, like in the pit.
Yeah.
And then when I got injured real bad, I had to take a leave of absence and the federal thing, a leave of absence.
Right.
And then when I came back, I went back as a dealer. But I really went back because I needed to qualify for my home, because that was after 2006
Right.
and 2007 when you had to show income to get a home. So I went back for another, Jimmy, what did I go back for, 8 or 9 months?
Yeah.
Or something, just so I could buy a home. So, yes, I worked there 2 different times, and just a wonderful man to work for. Everybody over there is just aces with me. I mean,
I've
just
worked
great
there
people.
over 10 years, and
Jimmy's
you
worked
know,
10
it was the
years.
longest casino I ever worked in. It was a beautiful place to, especially when they have the rodeo, and which is coming up now for them. So I mean, it's like no other casino, basically.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they do it right over there. He does it old school. He runs everything old school.
Right.
Just
Sure
good.
does. I just love going in there whenever I have the chance. So we'd love to have Michael get involved with this prayer tour and the motion picture. We would love to have him. And we'll South Point of Michael's appears in the book, and it's in the motion picture screenplay as well. It's a wonderful place. I've eaten there like 5 or 6 times in the 30 years I've been in Vegas. I ate at the one at the Barbary as well.
A lot of food
Barbary
choices
Coast.
over there. They're all good.
Oh, man. Ton of restaurants.
Yeah, the Coronado Cafe is good. They're all good.
Yeah, and even
Mexican
the
restaurants
Mexicans
are really
and
good.
How about the prime rib up on the second
Yeah,
floor?
it's all-
is really good.
Even
Yeah.
the cafe has the Chinese during the day, and
yeah.
it's
Yeah, they got the down.
And they have a great deli there, incidentally. The deli there, the Del Mar Deli, they have everything you could want in that deli. It's right near the sports
They
book.
got a bowling alley. They got movie theaters. They
theaters.
got an arcade there.
They got what's that shake one they have there too?
steak and shake.
Steak and shake there. I mean, they have
$5 shake. Never had a $5 shake.
They have a hot dog cart.
yeah, I know.
They have the hot dog cart.
$1.50 hot dogs.
I mean, the hot dogs are delicious, man. In fact, I haven't had one in a long time. I'm overdue. I have to go in there and get a hot dog. But we just want to thank Michael Gaughan for letting us work for him for so many years, Jimmy and I, and just for being a stand-up, wonderful guy. And everybody that works for him in there, too, the sports book. Incidentally, what I'm going to tell you what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to get a mythical betting line put up for information purposes only on God versus Satan, to get a betting line on it. So maybe a few of these places will put up a line, because the movie is obviously homegrown here in Las Vegas. So we'd love it if they put up a mythical betting line on the game to see who the favorite is and who the underdog is. So that's something that'll be addressed a little bit closer to the filming. But that'd be kind of cool if they put a betting line up on the game. It'd be kind of cool.
So you hope to film it next year sometime, right?
2026, we'd love to start filming next year. We're going to do the prayer tour in the first part of the year.
February,
When
spring
training
training starts, hopefully.
Absolutely, 100%. I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out before we close. I mean, we tried to cover just about anything.
Again, talk about Saturday.
Yeah,
again,
we'll talk
right.
about Saturday. I'll do that last. I want to say something to everybody listening and watching. If you're doing it on social media, on the live stream, I have to give a shout out for Vegas content. Everybody here has just been treated us like family. We're so grateful to all of them for helping us and being so attentive to every detail to get all this stuff to work, because God knows I don't know how to do any of this. So thank you for caring about us. Thank you for giving us your time and just being so wonderful. God bless you guys to give us an opportunity to do this. Thank you. We're very, very grateful for that. To Vegas content, I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. I got to do a shout out to our casting agent, Sandra Salgado, who's written beautiful songs for my grandson, for the motion picture. And she's written so many books. She's a prolific author, and her husband, who's a minister, have treated me like family and all of us like family. And we're so grateful to them for the Nisi's Casting Agency. She'll be casting our motion picture beginning on this Saturday, just 3 days away. So special shout out, thank you to them. We already thank Guiding Voice and Podcast Excellence Academy. We want to reach out and thank people that are working with us, like Janice Condera down in Houston, Texas, who has been invaluable helping us. So Janice, God bless you and thank you for what you're doing.
David White.
David White, our executive producer. We've got David White and his beautiful wife, Renee. They'll both be there on Saturday as well. And just so many people God has put in our path. There's so many people that God's put in our path. Rich Natoli, hey, man. He'll be hosting the event on Saturday. Rich is a fabulous impressionist and comedian. I urge you so much to reach out to him. He's just a fabulous, most important, you're a friend, and your faith and your strength.
Not that good of a driver, though.
But I mean,
I was until I cut him off.
I'm just saying, thank you, Rich, for believing in us and the Lord. Thank you. God bless you. There's been so many people along the way that have supported me and this whole project that I'm trying to, if I leave anybody out, forgive me. I'm just so grateful. I have to give a shout out to, hang on one second. I want to give a shout out to attorney Christina Hines here in Las Vegas. She went to Las Vegas Day School to Bishop Gorman. Now she's one of the best attorneys in town. She's just wonderful to work with. I got to thank her for helping us on the legal side of things to represent Celestial Baseball Association. Hitting home runs for God is our tagline. I have to thank the great Jerry Schaefer. If I get emotional, forgive me, but the great Jerry Schaefer was like a father to me. He went to be with the Lord in 2019, and he mentored me for over 25 years and was my best friend, closest thing to a dad I ever had. So a big shout out to Jerry Schaefer and all of his family, his sons and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Thank you so much for that. You guys take it from here.
I was going to say that people don't understand how hard it is, how much is entailed in making a movie. Mention some of that stuff that it starts with an idea, it goes to paper, then you got to put it in screenplay form, which is a whole nother thing.
And after doing that, then you got to go to the screenplay with Jimmy. I mean, it's not easy.
No,
and then
people,
the music.
It's so much involved, and then once you get, when you shoot it, and you shoot out of sequence usually, and then you have to put the music into the different scenes and sound effects and all that. It's a lot involved.
Incidentally, the great Marianne Marks Schaefer, Jerry's wife, has a role in the motion picture. Obviously, we've got Jerry, and now these are some of the roles we're casting as for myself and for Jerry Schaefer and for his beautiful wife, Marianne. For Mary, I don't want to say her last name because I don't know if her family wants me to say her last name. I haven't gotten permission, but the lady that took me to Central Church the first time, her and her whole family, her beautiful sons, Brian is a good friend of mine, Mark, just so many people, Missy, just her whole family treated me like family, so...
Isn't that what Italians do, though?
That's right, absolutely. Incidentally, Mary was just a fabulous cook, and that's important to me, as you may realize, or may not. But Mary was a fabulous cook as well. She cooked for Dean Martin when the town was really small, and they were living on the golf course at the Desert Inn. They had homes on the golf course and were living there. So just a lot of, like you said, Rich, so many people to thank along the way, huh?
Yeah.
And also, most of all, I want to thank God for the opportunity in Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. Without them, none of this happens. None of it happens. Faith Wins doesn't happen. And Jimmy doesn't write a brilliant screenplay without guidance from the Holy Spirit. And I urge
Through
you.
my mother,
Yeah,
which was
isn't that something?
ironically nicknamed Mother Mary.
That's right.
So,
That's right. Wow.
know.
There's so many Marys and Mary Anns. Huh?
I think
man.
we've hit 5 that
Yeah.
have been connected to this.
I'm in a constant state of gratitude and thanks for all our blessings that He showers upon us every day. And I urge you, if you're sitting and you're watching this alone in your room on a screen, or if you're scrolling Instagram endlessly at home or Facebook, just if you need help, just reach out for it. Whatever the help is, you don't have to reach out to us. We'll help you. But just get a professional, go to a family member. Don't just sit home and be depressed and drinking or doing drugs or whatever your thing is, or even eating. I like to eat, so just talk to somebody. Don't sit alone in your house or your room. If you're older, especially if you're younger, there's people that care about you and love you. And most importantly, Jesus Christ loves you so much. There's never been one of you ever, since the beginning of time till the end of time. You're a one soul, so reach
God
out
bless
for help
us all.
if you need it. Thank you so much for watching today. Vegas Content. Thank you so much, and God bless you guys. We're going to close it down. We're going to see you Saturday, Faith Lutheran High School, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you want to be in a motion picture, that's like no other. Old Timers Day.
Dirty Verdi says, be there or else.
God bless you all. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. How did it sound? Was it a good one?
Yeah, sounded good. Yeah.
Really? Wow, man.
When I played soccer, that's what they posted in the hallways
really?
during our rivalry. Dirty Verdi says, be there or else.
Yeah, thanks. So we'll do our best. Let me get that. I'll get that. Man, this was fun again. It's always fun to do this. Rich, thank you for coming, man.
That was good,
Thank-
man. But
Did it go well? Did it go well?
I thought it did.
Okay,
Very
yeah,
well.
that's great. Because I never know how it sounds. We speak from the heart, and that's what it's about. We speak from the heart, man.
That's all you can do. The truth.
That's it.
No love without truth.
That's right. Amen. Wow.
It's the Verdi motto.
Yeah, I feel like, when you consistently do the lives, like the first couple